Any information that educate the human mind and addresses the human psychology is vital for the survival of the human race. The mind intellect. The secret world of the unknown. Part 2. In the previous video, I talk about the secret world of the unknown. This is the part 2. There is so much to discover and so much to learn when it comes to knowing the unknown. If you want to see the previous video, I will leave a link in the description box for you to watch the previous video. In today's video, I will be talking about why do humans fear the unknown? There are so many reasons humans fear the unknown. Some could be very complex and sometimes very complicated. Majority of this is buried in our past actions, our present condition, our future projects, actions or inactions. Because of this there exists a universal law, the law of karma. You may ask yourself, does the law of karma really exist? Knowledge is infinite. There is so much to learn about our world. According to the former President of India, Abdul Kalam once states, and I quote, "Look at the sky, we are not alone. The whole universe is friendly to and conspires only to give the best to those who dream and work. In addition to that, it is a beautiful theory to those who do not only dream or work towards their aim, but are curious enough with so much determination can succeed in the world of the unknown." We all believe that humans have a conscience, which means that if you do something bad, you may not know the consequences of what will happen to you in the future. Because of this unknown reason, you are most likely to be scared not to engage in some activities that could endanger your life and that of your loved ones. It is important to know that the unknown has two sides, the positive and the negative sides. The unknown has a positive power to build and also a negative power to destroy. It all depends on the situation. These two sides is balanced by the universe to keep us alive. But first of all, before we talk about the positive side of the unknown, let us take a look at the negative side of the unknown. The negative side of the unknown. Majority of what the negative side of the unknown consists of is fear. Fear can cripple our chances of survival. Fear robs us the ability to be ourselves, to be courageous. The negative side of the unknown sucks away numerous opportunities that comes our way. The opportunities to move forward. In different areas we are experiencing challenges. It could be academically, financially, emotionally, and psychologically. Fear denies us the opportunities to make quality progress in some areas that needs improvement in our lives. The opportunities to develop ourselves. The negative side of the unknown makes us vulnerable to different forms of attack. The negative side of the unknown also deprived us the ability to witness new experiences and adapt to new ways of life. One of the challenges you could face is that you could be intimidated by the people who are part of the change. Maybe you feel unworthy of adapting to the knowledge of the unknown. A new information is like a secret. You begin to process this information, you look for how it could affect your life, but because of the fear of the unknown, you tell yourself you are not ready. Maybe because you allow others to discourage you from taking new steps. Steps that could change your life. Let us be reminded that anxiety and mental illness create a wall between you and the unknown. How do you cope in all of these? You may be worried about your finances, the dream car you always wanted to have, the new apartment you dreamt of, or it could be that you are worried about your marital life. You fear that your comfort zones will be stripped from your world, and you freeze, not knowing which direction is the safest. Your ability to calculate or make micro decisions becomes poor, and you avoid taking the accountability of making great decisions that could influence your life. We shall now take a look at the positive side of the unknown, but what a minute. Does the unknown have a positive side? If the answer is yes, then what are they? The positive side of the unknown. There is a popular belief that there is some positivity or blessing to every disappointment. On the positive side, unknowns are little pieces of adventures. They give us opportunity to grow and change. They allow us to see life through new perspectives. It may be terrifying to be faced with a challenge of choices to make, but we can embrace them as self-challenging practices. We can also overcome obstacles that intimidate us and help us feel empowered and successful. 5,000 years ago, most of the technology and inventions this generation possess today does not exist at that time. History teaches us that, during the course of civilization, mankind fought several wars. But during those wars, the enemy numbers does not really count. But the military power or weapons the enemy possess is what matters. A country is superior to another because of her economy and the military might she possess. Because of this, she dominates her territory and also have more territorial powers over her neighbors. In moments of war, knowledge on how to attack and defend saved millions of lives during wars and conflict. Nevertheless, it also destroyed millions of lives too. This in turn makes the ability to protect her territories against foreign enemies easier. Because of the knowledge of the unknown. In today's world, the 6 most powerful nations on Earth, or world powers, exercises supreme dominance because of knowing the unknown knowledge other countries do not know. Knowledge that helps to boost their various economies, technologies. Knowledge that increases their military capacity, but above all, knowledge that encourages a better society. This is all possible through the knowing the unknown. When we talk about the unknown, the human body emits various forms of energies that exist in our thoughts, buried in the deepest part of our mind. Little is known about the ability to accept or reject a theoretical knowledge. The most important question many people fail to answer, or verify is, the information I seek, is it true? Or just an illusion? If the answer to that question is no, then there is no need to seek a knowledge that is misleading. But if the answer is yes, then there is absolute reasons to continue on the task ahead. If you fail to ask yourself this question, then you must be ready to accept whatever that comes your way. We always acknowledge that knowledge is power, but truth is also important to every human. In addition to that, as humans we deserve to know the truth in everything, no matter what happens. In this generation we are today, it is but a challenge to accept a simple truth. This means it is easy for us to believe in a lie rather than believe in the truth itself. Which means humans are more likely to question the truth rather than believe it, but less likely to question a lie, because the real nature of a lie is deceptive, appealing and comforting. Nevertheless, some things are quite difficult to believe. Which means, we may continue to be in a stagnant position, unless we are curious to seek the true knowledge of things we do not know about, and accept the peace that comes with it. But, when we make a decision that could influence the outcome of the unknown, what do we base those choices on? Number 1. Intuition. Choices can also be made and driven by our gut feeling. This means, if it doesn't feel right, and you are unable to picture what the unknown looks like, you may back down because of fear of the unknown. Sometimes, choices of facing the unknown, like changing countries or making a huge lifestyle change, could provoke a voice in our head, or a gut feeling. Sometimes we tend to feel nervous or even afraid of the unknown changes. That is our instincts or intuition speaking to us. Sometimes we listen to it, sometimes we don't. The decision could have a positive or negative end results. Number 2. Habit. Habits are like the cells in the human body without which no human can survive. Believe it or not, as humans we all possess this psychological trait. Although, change is more difficult, the older we become. Because we thrive in comfort. But habit forming can be very tough to break away from, most of the time because of age. The choices that we make can threaten to change them, causing an unknown in our lifestyle. Number 3. Peer pressure. Some choices are made through pressure from others. It could come from our friends, our relatives, our coworkers or even our neighbors. Maybe you are in a circle of friends that smokes, drink alcohol or even engage in late-night parties. They try to persuade you to join their immoral activities but you refuse. Your refusal could hurt them so much, and they could end up making fun of you because you are not doing what they are doing. Although, your friends could simply lack the unknown knowledge that smoking, consuming alcohol, at a very young age and late-night parties, is bad for the human body, and this could affect them psychologically. You were able to make a choice that is good for you, because you know what they don't know, that is the power of the unknown. There are also times when our choices are put upon us. And we have zero control over those choices, zero ability to decide for ourselves. Which means someone has to call the shots, someone has to make the decisions instead of us, irrespective of our opinions. We are forced into the well of the unknown, by the decisions of others rather than our decisions. For example, if you are diagnosed with a disease, or you are forced to change roles in your work, your choices are already made for you, they are decided for you irrespective of your opinion. Although, you may have one of these two options. You either chose between, do, or don't. But in looking at either choices from peer or forced pressure, they both could lead to possible or impossible unknowns. So, how do you cope with the unknown? When you are faced with good opportunities, or forced to make changes that could influence your lifestyle, how do you face the unknown? Are you mentally prepared to dive in, face the challenge, and embrace the outcome? Or do you step back and take a calculated, mental approach, before walking into a different world you have never explored before? It is true that change is inevitable in life. It does not always comes easy. There are twists and turns, ups and downs, and day-to-day decisions. Whether it is trying a new restaurant you have never been to, changing your job, leaving a horrible relationship, or moving out of the country, there are continual unknowns. Most times, the decision-making comes with a lot of changes to our lifestyle. We have come to the end of today's video. If you enjoy this video, hit the like and subscribe button and do not forget to click the notification bell, so that when we post new videos, you will be the first to be notified. See you on our next video.